Good day everyone, especially to you sir. Good day po. So, I am the 44th of chapter 7. Our topic today I will be discussing to you is issue in teaching creativity. In his famous TED Talks on creativity and innovation, Sir Ken Robinson stressed paradigms in the education system that hamper the development of creativity capacity among learners. So, sa kanyang sikat na TED Talks tungkol sa pagkamalikhain at pagbabago, binigyan din ni Sir Ken Robinson ang paradigms in education system that hamper the development of creative capacity of learner. No? Say, and also, he emphasized that schools stigmatize mistakes. This primarily prevents students from trying and coming up with original ideas. And the second one, he also rated the hierarchy of system. Firstly, most useful subjects such as mathematics and languages for work are at the top, while arts are the bottom. Secondly, academic ability has come to dominate our view of intelligence. Sinabi niya na ang unang the most useful subject such as mathematics at ang mga wika o ang languages for work and also ang art naman ay nasa bottom lang siya. Next is competences, classroom experience, and assessment are geared toward development of academic ability. So, ibig sabihin ang mga kakayahan o karanasan sa classroom o sa silid-aralan at ang assessment ay siyang dahilan para mas ma-develop pa ang pag-aaral ng mga student. Students are schooled in order to pass entrance exam in college and universities let on. So, example nito dito sa for example dito sa CSU, di ba? So, nagkakaroon ng entrance exam, ginagawa nila ito para to test the academic ability of the student. Because of this painful truth, Robinson challenged educators to educate the well-being of learners and shift from conventional learnings toward academic ability alone. So, meaning to say, kailangan talaga na turuan yung mga mag-aaral na mas maging magaling pa or mas maging mahusay pa sa kanilang pag-aaral. The second one, give equal weight to the arts, the humanities, and to physical education. Dapat bigyan din pantay na yung pagtuturo sa sining and sa humanities and to physical education. Facilitate learning and work towards stimulating curiosity among learners. Meaning to say, you need to facilitate your student, kasi may mga bagay talaga na kailangan na magkakaroon ng curiosity si student and andyan si teacher to facilitate their student, The second one is awake and develop powers of ability, powers of creativity among learners, So, kailangan talaga na mas paunlarin pa yung pagkamalikhain ng mga mag-aaral. And the last one, view intelligence as device dynamic and distinct, contrary to common belief that it should be academic ability geared. No? In first literacies, art, creativity, play, constructive, meaning-making, MacDell and Wright arrested that educators should make a deliberate connection with children's first literacy of art and play. No? So, sa first literacy, art and creativity, play, constructive, meaning-making, no? Sinabi ni na Cardell and Wright na ang mga tagapagturo ay dapat gumawa ng connection, no, sa mga literacy ng mga literacy sa bata na kung saan ito yung art and play. So, a recommended approach to early childhood pedagogy would emphasize children embodied experience through drawing. This would include a focus on children creation, manipulation, and changing of meaning through engaged interaction with art materials through physical, emotional, and social immersion. The last one is the authors possess 4 essential components to develop or designing curriculum that cultivates student artistic and creative literacy. No? So, the author's purpose in the 4 essential components kung saan para mas ma-develop developing or designing the curriculum cultivates student artistic and creative literacy. And also, such approaches actively encourage the creative, constructive thinking involved in meaning-making, which are fundamental to the development of the system of reading, writing, and numbering.